Welcome to the Young Woman in Business series. This month, we'll be amplifying the voices of modern day superwomen. Today, we are recording from Lucha Studios in Braamfontein, and I have with me a lovely guest, Marla Pelembe.
Hi.
Woo, woo, woo. Pa, 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 pa. Welcome, Marla.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for this opportunity. I feel like it's so important to... I like the initiative. I like this sort of platform for us to discuss young Black women in business. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. I think, okay, before we go into the conversation, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Marla Pelembe. I'm in the business of plastic bottle and cap manufacturing, so plastic packaging, and yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Yes.
now we can get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so in our previous episode, we had a conversation about how there is a lack of female representation in certain spaces.
Yes.
And there were good points made about how, sometimes it's not even about your gender
Yeah.
that qualify you to be in a space,
Right.
but it's maybe your skills
Right.
that you bring to the table.
Yes.
But I found it so fascinating how, female in manufacturing.
Yes.
I was like, power.
Yeah. I think it was by default actually, because my father, he is in the plastic manufacturing business and industry as well. How he started with tool making. So tool making is when you make molds and tools for engineering, which is part of plastic manufacturing. So from there, he had his own factory. In his own factory, he employed me. So that's where the process started. That's where the love for plastic manufacturing and packaging grew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of learned on the job.
Yes,
type of
I
situation.
learned on the job.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to know, so how did you go from working with your father
Yeah.
to Semapak?
Okay. Obviously, throughout the years, you get to experience different sectors of the business, different departments of the business. So I went from financing to sales.
Okay.
In sales, my dad told me that I need to go out and recruit prospective clients, try and find prospective clients, because in every business you want to grow. So growth will come with adding more clients to more clientele to your company. So he told me to do the sales. With doing the sales, I actually enjoyed sales because you get to meet different people. You get to understand different other industries that are in the plastic industry, for example, like agriculture, automotive, cosmetic, pharmaceutical.
Pharmaceuticals, yeah.
So there's so many different industries. And then he actually wasn't paying my commission.
We know how daddies do.
Yes, family businesses are like that. Well, I don't know why, but he wasn't paying my commission. So my partner and I decided to open our own business and take those clients that we had already given to his business and put them under our business. So we were the middleman.
Okay.
So we would receive the packaging from him and then sell it to our clients, and then we would pay him back when our clients pay us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
From there, the growth started in terms of needing a manufacturing space, needing your own machinery, needing your own supply and demand. Like the supply and demand started to be so much that he couldn't feed our clients anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we decided to buy the machinery and yeah.
So you bought your dad out of business. Basically.
No. No. We were still working with him for some products.
Okay.
It's just that the demand became so high
You
that we were slacking and we were going to lose those clients. So we needed to
kind of split it.
yes, split it and
Okay.
also add our own machinery to make sure that the demand is high, because sometimes orders will be like 50,000 bottles a month, and his machinery could probably do like half of that. So yeah, that's where that came from. That's how Semapak actually started.
Wow. Oh my word.
Yeah.
So it's not like you started with a passion for manufacturing.
No. My passion is actually medicine. Yeah. I don't even know. I mean, it's two ways, because I do want to go into pharmaceuticals in a later stage. So it's both ways. I went both ways, medicine and plastic, the plastic industry.
In the plastic industry. So at least like now, I think when you go into the pharmaceutical industry, you have a bit of a broader understanding of the foundations of getting a product to market.
Yes. I mean, plastic manufacturing and the plastic industry does have some sort of science in it.
Yes.
So it is quite similar. They use polymers as well, which is something we speak about in medicine. So yeah, it's quite similar.
All right.
Yeah.
And then can we talk about the connotations of plastic? I think in this world that we live in, everybody's set on recycling and being environmentally conscious.
Yes.
What are some things you'd like to maybe speak on that?
Okay, with that, I think a lot of the people in the plastic industry are trying to be biodegradable, but there's still processes that are and experiments that need to be done in order for you to be biodegradable. So for now, what I would like people to understand is that the way that plastic is not bad.
Yes.
Nothing is wrong with plastic. It's just that you need to know how to recycle it. And usually if you look at the bottom of a bottle of anything that's plastic, it usually says there how you need to recycle.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's certain polymers that need to be recycled together. And when you recycle it, you can reuse. If you recycle it properly, you can reuse those things.
Okay.
Yeah, so for example, water bottles, most water bottles are PET. And if you put PETs all together, you can recycle it and reuse the PET to make other plastic bottles. So, yeah, that's all I want people to know. Plastic is not bad. It's just that it needs to be recycled properly.
That's true. That's true. And I think we need to have a conference about the person who created plastic straws. What are paper straws?
I know people don't like paper straws. I know that. And I understand why. It gets too soggy and yeah, that's
now you're
true.
also drinking the straw instead of...
And you have to drink within an hour or else it's gonna be flimsy and damaged. I understand.
Oh, wow. But I think it also speaks to the importance of just being conscious of how we consume and use plastics and recycle them.
Yes, I think it's an educational point to teach your kids, to teach your parents even, to teach whoever how to recycle.
Yes.
If maybe Pick It Up would have an initiative where all the bins are labeled accordingly, that would also assist, that sort of thing, where you teach people how to do that.
How to recycle.
Yes. The same way that they cover COVID-19 and how you need to wear your mask when we were wearing masks. It's the same way that I think that they need to teach people how to deal with plastic, how to recycle plastic.
Yes.
There's so many companies that do recycling as well. That also helps. Yes, yeah.
So now I want to know, so can you tell me what is like a major lesson that you learned while being in the manufacturing industry?
There's so many. Wow.
Well, let's see, what's the most expensive one? Those are the
think
ones we remember.
living in South Africa, the most expensive one is the electricity issue.
Yo,
So, investing in a generator. Yeah, and we're not working with small machinery. It's machinery that's pushing quite a lot of energy, quite a lot of power. So, that sort of thing, working with a generator.
Yeah.
I think another one is being ahead of the time, being ahead of technology, being ahead of China even, or being at the same par as China, because there's so much mass marketing in China that they can take you out of business in any time.
Yes.
You know, today you can launch a product, tomorrow China will be able to copy that same product. So I think it's just being ahead of the curve, being ahead of supply and demand.
Yes.
Also trying to be efficient in your business. Efficiency will obviously come with better machinery. Learning about different types of machinery, learning about the industry itself, what sort of for example, I learned about IBM the other day. IBM are machines that take out about 8 bottles at a time. Currently, we have machines that take out 4, 2, but there's bigger machines now that take out 8 bottles at a time that have the ability to cut and package the product itself. So you don't need a person, an operator, to sit there anymore. So moving with the time, I guess. Yeah, that's the biggest lesson.
Yeah, that's true, because I think we're going into the 4th industrial revolution.
Yes.
And some people don't even know how to work a smartphone.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, things are so digitized. You're reminding me actually of how people sit at home and want their product to be delivered to them. So that's also another thing, moving with technology, how to have a website that someone just clicks whatever product they want on there and it comes to their door the next day, that sort of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so moving with technology, being able to grasp and learn about different things in technology, like you said, the smartphone.
Sure. Wow. And I've never thought about that, because I think we're all worried about the typical conventional jobs, the people in the banks, the people at the tellers at the supermarkets, and we're like, no, they're going to digitize their jobs. But what happens when we digitize manufacturing?
When robotics start to come into play. At the end of the day, I think there will still be a space for people, for human beings, let me say, because those robots will need to be repaired. So I think people need to maybe start looking into engineering type of jobs where a robot will need a motor for it to work. So you need to know how to fix that motor. You know what I mean? So maybe start thinking in those types of industries.
In that direction.
Yeah.
I want to know, what does success look like to you personally?
What does success look like to me?
Mercedes-Benz?
No, not even. I feel like success to me is empowering another young black girl like myself, especially in an industry like this that is, people don't really understand this industry, but it's there. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Whenever you go into a Pick n Pay and you take a shampoo bottle, that is this industry.
Your makeup.
Whenever you get into your car, and if you still have the old rolling down window, that is plastic as well. So plastic is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's teaching the youth about skills, because I think a lot of skills are being diminished now. How I define success is you being able to change a community, you being able to feed a community. I define success as a community being sustainable, a community being empowered, a community being able to assist itself, to sustain itself. So from your local doctor, to your local supermarket, to your local school, all of that sort of impact in the community with those different points that
Yes.
are in the community that assist each other.
Each other.
So if I employ someone that's going to make a change in the community, then I am happy. Because I fed a family. If I feed a family, that child will be able to go to school and get an education and still be able to empower whoever is around him. So it's him or her. So it's about that. It's about my success is defined by my community success.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think we forget about the ecosystem
Exactly.
of community that can exist inside and outside of a business structure, inside and outside of an individual level.
Yes.
And I think I love that whenever I've asked this question, no one ever says my car, my house, my my degree. Everybody always wants to talk about the impact and how you as an individual make other people's lives better.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is definitely an ecosystem. You spot on with that. It is an ecosystem. We all work together for a goal. Yeah. So the moment, like I say, from the local pharmacy, if my business can supply the packaging for that pharmacy, the hospital or whatever it is, the medical doctor, he can supply his medication that will make someone feel better, that can supply a school, that can supply, it is an ecosystem. It's all connected.
And it goes beyond the individual.
Yes,
I think
way beyond the individual.
Goes way beyond the individual. I think that's where people lose it.
Yes.
I think when you stop trying to overflow your efforts outside of yourself, when you stop trying to feed into yourself and feed outside into other communities. Yes, that's the new definition of success.
I think women naturally have that instinct in them of wanting to assist every single person around them. I really think that that's how women were built.
Yes. So now I want to know, in terms of the manufacturing industry, what are the challenges that you face?
So the challenges I face is the lack of a lot of the businesses the already established businesses willing to give me a chance in terms of me being their new supplier.
Yes.
Contracts get renewed for 10 plus years with the same supplier. And you could find that my business is efficient in terms of timing, because ETA is very important in the plastic industry. I don't know if you remember the riots that happened. A lot of the products were plastic products.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was such a high demand, but it was so impossible to get companies that would work with you. Yeah. So I think also with the government, I feel like the government is not looking at plastic manufacturing as a manufacturing business. I think they're more focused on agriculture.
Yes.
But agriculture, funny enough,
needs
is part of, it needs plastic. For example, pesticides. I'm not going to go into that too much because I know some people don't like pesticides because of organic foods. But there are certain places that plastic products are needed. And the government, I feel, is not giving their full potential in that sort of an industry, in my industry.
Yeah, and as you say, plastic is everywhere.
Plastic is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
In your car, in your house. There's so many plastic products in your house. Your TV, some of the things are made, the components are made out of plastic. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, that's so insightful. I think every day we consume. We consume every day, but we don't think about the producing process of a lot of the things that we consume.
Yeah.
And imagine if we were to remove the manufacturing and the plastic industry, where would we be?
Exactly. What I noticed is a lot of people are starting like cosmetic brands. So we're going into a very organic and natural sort of feel in these coming years. We have been going into that sort of industry. I don't know if it's called an industry, but the organic sort of way of living.
Yes.
So your shea butter, your jojoba oil, all of those use packaging. That's the only time that I feel people understand what packaging is, because they need it for their new business, for their new ventures and whatever. Yeah. So that's the only time I feel like plastic is seen and spoken about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about, I think I was so fascinated by a woman in manufacturing.
Yeah.
And I want to know your experience with being in different spaces.
Right.
And seeing other women. Is that common or?
Actually, it's not common. I haven't found or seen a female in the plastic industry as yet.
Okay.
What I do encounter is women being in the cosmetic space more, women being in the pharmaceutical space more, but in terms of procurement, because most of the time those are the people I speak to.
Yes.
Because they are part of sales. If I'm also doing sales and I need to sell my products, those are the people that I'll speak to in procurement. So in my industry, I have yet to know a black woman that is in the space, that runs their own business, their own manufacturing plastic business, their own plant, that understands from the ground up what it means to produce a plastic bottle, to produce a plastic lid or cap or container. I've yet to know a person like that.
Oh.
Especially in Africa. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think so.
I don't think I was over exaggerating when I was like, "Whoa, you're a young, black, female, in let's say an industry that's not dominated by young, black females."
Yeah.
Wow. And then, what would you say is that the reason, or what do you believe is the reason for that gap?
I think knowledge. I think people are so boxed into how society wants us to be boxed.
Yes.
How, I'm sorry to say, but how the media wants you to be portrayed. You'll do the 4 basic jobs: be a teacher, be a banker, be a doctor, be a lawyer, policeman, and that's it. But there's so much out there that is yet to be discovered. I think the plastic industry is one industry that has yet to be discovered. There's so much potential. I think people also got scared because of the whole recycling, biodegradable, but there is an opportunity for that. You just need some experiments to be done. We're working with polymers at the end of the day. We're working with carbon, hydrogen. Those are things that can be biodegradable. It just needs testing. So that's another field that the government needs to try and put themselves, make themselves, in the forefront of that sort of thing. Make themselves available. Make a platform like that where there's labs, where people can test that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a lucrative business, yes. There is potential, and there's so much potential to change the youth status of no jobs. There are jobs. It's there.
They're there.
They are there. It's just
you don't know about them.
You don't know about them.
Wow.
So I'm also grateful for this opportunity, because whoever's listening can try and grasp and understand what the plastic manufacturing business is about. That there are different sections. For example, if I just tell you a small organogram of our business, the we have a grinder. So the grinder is a person that grinds the raw material that gets reused to make a bottle or a cap.
Okay.
Then we have a machine minder. That person sits under the machine and cuts the offcuts so the bottle can look perfect.
Okay.
Yes. So when it goes to the shop, it looks perfect like that because someone was there making sure that it was perfect. From that person, there's an operator. An operator, someone that makes sure that the machine is running 100%. So there's certain quality control systems that need to go into place. For example, the neck size of the bottle. What neck size is it? What's the height? What's the weight? What's the color? Yes, those are things that the operator would be in charge of. Then there's the setter, someone that makes sure the electricity, the mold is the correct mold that needs to come into the machine, that sets the machine accordingly for that bottle to come out. So there's so many different departments, different people that play a role in plastic manufacturing. Yeah, that's what I want people to know.
To know that yes, it's not just molding and then you make them. It's a process. It's a process.
Yeah.
What was a significant milestone in the development of your business?
A significant milestone was purchasing the machinery.
Yeah.
I think that was a big step because it gave us the opportunity to increase our clientele.
Yes.
It gave us the opportunity to supply our clients the way that we wanted to supply our clients. I think Semapak we pride ourselves in quality and efficiency. And we work for the customer.
Yes.
We want to make sure that they are happy at the end of the day. That is what Semapak is about. Yeah.
So,
that was the big milestone.
That is a big milestone.
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation in the previous episode about how any form of equipment is an investment.
Yes. It adds a different quality to your company, to whatever business or industry you're in. It elevates your business to the next level. Yes. Yeah. It's something that I am very proud of.
I'm also very proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm very proud of that. That today I can say that if my friend wants to start a cosmetic business, I am able to assist them with packaging because I have my own machinery.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Whoa. And then what is some advice that you would give to somebody who's looking into going into the line?
Into the plastic industry. I think mostly do your research.
Yes.
I know that people speak a lot about research when you explaining about how to start a business, but research is so important. Like any other business, plastic industry is not stagnant. Technology is developing by the day. So if you are informed, you will know which decisions to make. For example, you wouldn't want to come into the plastic industry today with a machine that can only give you one bottle at a time.
Yeah. No.
Yes, because of competition, you want to be like your competitors. So also study your competitors.
Yeah.
See what they are doing. See what they're doing that you can do differently. And also maybe have a passion for it. Because I think when you have a passion for something, it just makes everything else easier. Because your drive and your hunger is so much more and so much more intense
because you love what you do.
And be consistent. I think consistency is so important. It's so important, and clients like a consistent supplier, a supplier that is able to give me this at the time frame that I need, the way that I need it, at the quality that I need it. So consistency is so good.
Yeah. I love that you spoke on consistency, because I think as a manufacturer, you're at the beginning end
Yes.
of the production chain, of the economic chain.
Right.
So if you, if you, for example, are not delivering on time, then it's this whole ripple effect
Yes.
that
Gets
impacts.
affected. Yeah.
So I think
Completely.
wow, and you know we don't. I'm going back to this. That we don't consider this when you consume.
You don't
You-
at all.
you-
There's so many points of production.
Yeah.
There's so many points of distribution.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many points of manufacturing
Yeah.
that I think, again, grateful for this opportunity to be able to explain something like this. That every time someone goes to a shop and they see a shampoo bottle, they'll understand that, okay, this comes from, somewhere.
From
This
somewhere.
comes from a plastic manufacturer that went to distribution, that arrived here, that went to filling, then arrived here.
Yeah, a Coke bottle. I'm thinking about Coke. I'm thinking about cool drinks,
Exactly. Water.
water.
Yes. Every single thing you can think of.
Wow.
The supplements that people take,
Medication.
vitamins, medication, almost everything.
I want to know if you could start the entrepreneurial journey all over again.
Okay.
What would you do differently?
I'd do my research better.
Okay.
And I think I would also, in terms of research, I would also utilize a few of the funding opportunities that are available. Because I think those, they do help to a certain degree, but I think with the plastic industry, it's because the people in it are not that informed about plastic industry. Because I know that the IDC has a chemical and plant division, but I don't think they fully informed on what the plastic industry entails, and what is needed in the plastic industry, because it's beyond the plastic industry. Why do I need to get my machinery from China when it can be done
It
here?
can be done right here in South Africa.
Yes, so it's that, yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask about the funding journey and the funding opportunities. Was it all solely based your funding, or was it external funding? What was that journey like?
So, because my journey started as me doing commission work for my father, the moment I took back the clients that I got for his business, that's where the funding came from. It came from the clients.
Okay.
So it came from having some sort of credit with my father, getting the products, selling the products to the client, and then the client paying me and me paying what was owed to my father, which was the supplier at the time. And that's how the funding grew.
So your clients kind of helped,
Yes.
push start your business.
Clients and the supplier.
And the supplier.
Yeah, because without the supplier, I wouldn't be able to give the clients,
clients.
and the clients weren't going to be able to pay.
Ah, the value chain. You
Yes,
see the
the
importance of
value
value chain.
Yeah, so starting as a middle woman, I think was a very important thing for me.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
that's what helped the funding.
Oh, all right. And
Yeah.
then the network and client base building.
Yes.
You know, how did you successfully build like a strong client base?
So we did quite a few things. We did. We identified which industries need packaging, plastic packaging to be specific. So I remember going to Discam, I remember going to Clicks, I remember going to Pick and Pay, and literally seeing what's the names of all these shampoos and all these products that use plastic packaging. Researching on them. So going onto Google and typing out, for example, USN, which is one of our clients.
Okay.
Typing out USN and seeing if they do take plastic products. Calling them, which was one of the things that we did. So we did cold calling
Okay.
and setting up meetings And then sometimes we would actually just pitch at the address. So Googling the address, arriving there with a sample bag and saying that we are from Semapak. We do plastic packaging at a great price. Can you please take a look at our catalog, take a look at our website, and can we start doing business?
Yeah.
Can we help you be more efficient, and can we help you save costs? That was one of the things that we did. Yeah.
I love it. You're just like, hi, I have an elevator pitch. This is my product. Here's my catalog. Take a look.
Yes.
And I love it. In the entrepreneurial journey, we don't have time to wait for the opportunities.
Yes, we don't. If we want that thing to work, we have to go out there and get it for ourselves.
We have to get it for ourselves. Yeah. And I love, that was so innovative of you.
Yeah.
It's a space that not normally you would find a young black female.
Right.
You go and you get a client base from, people who already have established products.
Yes.
As opposed to, because people, as you said, don't know about plastic and manufacturing until it gets to that point where they're like, I need something to contain my product.
Right, yes.
That is so innovative.
Yes.
Yes. And so, what was that thought process? You need to build a client base.
It's so crazy. When I think about it now, it's actually insane.
It is.
It's insane to have so much courage to just pitch up to a USN and be like, listen to me right now.
Yeah.
This is my business. Take my sample bag, take my catalog. These are the products that I have, and run with it, and make sure that they run with it too. I think it was hunger.
Yeah.
It was an opportunity as well. We were seeing a gap in that market. We're seeing that there aren't young black people doing this. Let's try and open this space to young black people. So I think it was partly that. Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah.
I love this, and I think that it's thinking out the box. We're not going to take your conventional approaches to breaking barriers, social barriers.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely would make you a reliable, that would make you a reliable supplier. I think it would still also make you memorable, like, whoa.
That person actually came. Yeah. I think that's what stuck with USN, actually. It's the fact that we went there and we disturbed the guy in his meeting and he was really angry. But he was like, okay, I'll take a look at this. I'll listen to you guys. And here we are today. I think it's been 4 years and we're still supplying them. So yeah, I'm grateful for how we approached it. It is quite difficult now to do the same thing because sometimes when you start your business, you have to go back to how you got to, let me say, a little bit of success. Because if the business is still running after 4 years, it means that you're doing something right. So you go back to the drawing board. You say, what did we do in the beginning that is going to help us today as well?
Yeah.
I think now it's a bit difficult to do that because of COVID. A lot of people are reluctant to spend
money.
Yes, a lot of people are reluctant to spend money. A lot of people are more reluctant to change suppliers. You can come with every single sort of plan and say that I'm gonna make you save more money and that sort of thing. It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult. But we don't stop.
We keep it moving.
We keep it moving. We don't stop. We try every single day. So we don't stop.
And can we talk about the impact of COVID on your company?
Funny enough, it was a good time for us.
Oh, you were one of the
yes, because everyone needed hand sanitizer. And where does hand sanitizer come in? Packaging.
Yes.
So it was quite a busy time. I will not lie. It was a very busy time. We're doing mass production. Also, another lesson came from there. Mass production is not always good production because the quality starts to dwindle. I don't know why. also it was the first time that was happening.
Yeah, yes.
So it was an experience. I mean, if COVID had to hit again, God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid.
If it had to hit again, we'd know exactly what to do.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was the first time it was happening. Everyone was in panic. Everyone was thinking that the world was ending. It just chaotic. It was so yes, it was chaotic. At the same time, you had to keep moving because life was also moving at the same time. Your rent was due.
Yes.
Month end, regardless of what's going on. So I think it was a difficult time for quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
I won't say it was amazing for us, but it was great. It wasn't that bad. We were part of the hand sanitizer group.
Okay.
We were part of making packaging for hand sanitizer. So that was great. And from there came some clients that are still with us today.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then what are some lessons that you learned from operating during the pandemic?
Lessons that I learned operating during the pandemic was more on in terms of the employees and their safety.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest lesson for me because as much as we need mass production, the employees were also scared for their lives, for their children's lives. You didn't want to leave your house because you were afraid that you would get COVID. You would infect someone at home, and then the whole house has COVID, and then it's a chain as well. So I think the employees part was really resonated a lot with me. We tried our best to make sure that they were safe. They had the right PPE.
Yeah, PPE as well.
Yes, to protect them. Commuting was also an issue for some of the employees at that time. So it was, mainly for me, it was the employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we made it.
We did.
We made it. We're here.
We're here.
We are here.
We are. Yeah, we made it.
Oh, well, I want to thank you so much, Marla, for joining us. Well, I think amplifying the voices of modern day superwomen, I think you came to mind. Because I was like, how many black women do I know in manufacturing? How many do you think just like off the top of your head? You know, I think in so many industries, beauty, cosmetics, but I only know one. So for now, let's say for now.
For now, yes. Yeah.
And so now somewhere out there listening to this podcast is a young girl.
Yes.
And she is considering going into the manufacturing industry.
Yes.
And she's thinking about it. What words of wisdom do you have for her?
I would genuinely want this girl to be consistent. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Because it's a ripple effect
It is.
of consistency.
It is.
If you do something right 10 times, the accuracy will be there.
Yes.
There's something that we learn in science. I think it's on the first chapter. It's accuracy and persistence.
And persistence.
Yes. So those two things I think are so important. Those two things link with consistency. So I think be consistent. Be true to yourself as well.
Yeah.
Know exactly what it is that you want. I know it's quite difficult. We're at an age that is very different. Gen Z time.
Yeah.
Everything is so rapid. Technology is so rapid. But be true to yourself.
Be true to yourself.
Listen to that voice inside you. There is a voice there.
It's talking.
Yes, it's talking. Listen to that voice. Be true to yourself. Be consistent. Do your research. And love what you do. The moment you feel like you are in love with what you do, you will excel at it.
And it no longer feels like a job.
It doesn't feel like a job. You will excel in that.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
So much,
Thank
Marla,
you for having me.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
And we hope to be seeing you in the future.
Yes,
Womanomics.
definitely.
Yeah.